Come in, come in. Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. It's 428 Chase. That's my channel. It's all about abstract art. And today I took my show on the road again to beautiful Canyon Lakes, Arizona. A couple of videos ago, I did one of these at Canyon Lakes. Um, so I'm still working on the same project that I've been working on. If you're new to the channel, this is uh, this is what I've been working on for the past several videos. I can't get it all done in one video. I don't care if the video's 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 40 minutes. I did one nearly an hour long already, and still ain't finished with it. I can't guarantee I'm going to finish it this time either, because I'm going to spend. I decided the title of this video is going to be abstract art in an abstract world, because I can't recognize anything in either one. My art, as far as that goes, that's intentionally unrecognizable. Intentionally unrecognizable. That's why it's abstract. Um, so what's going on in the world today is kind of, I don't recognize it either. So the world, I say right now, is kind of abstract in the sense that I do not recognize what's going on in this world, in this United States especially. I never knew the inside out of other countries, so I had nothing really to compare it to. But I'm 60 years old, and I've been living in this country for 60 years. 60 years, 30, approximately 31 years in Massillon, Ohio, my hometown, born and raised, lived there for the first 31 years of my life. And I came out to Arizona, and now I've been here for about 31 years. And so I've seen a lot of things. I mean, I've only lived in Ohio and Arizona, but I've visited a few states: Indiana, Pennsylvania. Uh, as far as visiting goes, I've been to New York, New Jersey. I've been visiting. I visited Michigan, by the way. Been to Chicago, and West Virginia. Uh, but in general, though, 60 years on the planet in the United States. Like I said, I've seen everything. Kind of grew used to it, you recognize. I mean, seeing little changes here and there, and sometimes maybe significant changes, but what's going on right now, totally abstract. It's like you got products that's been around for a century being changed, changing the name, changing the logo, whatever. Um, and then now of course, everybody knows about the statues. Everywhere with the statues torn down. And then now, you got the Washington Redskins. Well, of course, that's been a battle for quite a while, trying to get them to change their name. Uh, but you got your pancake, you got your Uncle Ben's rice. You got your Aunt Jemima syrup and pancake mix. Um, it's it's incredible how all of a sudden, in the course of less than a couple of months, the world went crazy. I mean, you feel like you could go on living your normal life despite what's going on around you, but you can't. It's hard to ignore some of the things. And now Mount Rushmore, they want to take the Mount Rushmore down. And it's incredible. So yeah, I don't recognize anything going on in this country uh, in the past few months compared to the last 60 years. Um, and the funny thing is, uh, how did it get started? I know, I know COVID-19 had a huge impact drastic turns. Now they just little nudges, little creaks in the wheel. Just drastic turn of events. I should have, since I was talking about the abstract world, I probably should have, I guess, scripted it better so I could sound somewhat sensible to what I'm witnessing. It's hard to find words to describe a lot of this shit going on. But with with that in mind, I'm back to the abstract art portion of the show. As soon as I use, as I have mentioned in the past, primarily with my abstract art, I use dip pens. You know, um, specifically pens that you literally dip into the ink, like in the olden days. And that's primarily how I do my art. And that's how I got started on this one. But when I started taking the show on the road, I didn't want to take my ink well with me. I don't want to carry around a jar of ink. So I'm using these other pens. I'm not as proficient with these as I am with my dip pens. Dip pens is what really got me interested in art to begin with, simply because, I don't know, when you take a pen like this, for instance, this is, I guess it's a writer for vellum pen made by Zig. This one has two edges. This one here is kind of a finer tip edge. Um, but it also has a second edge over here, or tip, with broader strokes or coverage. And then I also have, various um, pens here. that I carry with me that are artistic pens, various size tips, um, and even a little scripto fine tip marker. I got all these that I'm using, and substitution of my typical tip pens. And then I have just more of the same right here, a whole pack of pens in case I need backup more pens. These are my on-the-road pens. They're not, again, I don't feel that I'm as proficient with these as I am with the dip pens. So, but for the purpose of trying to get more videos rolling on my channel, my videos, yeah, I gotta admit, they're not of the best quality. Um, and I'm working on it, working on improving not only the quality of the video, but the quality of the presentation. I don't have the videography techniques to make the video all that pleasing, but I do show the results. I show where I started from, and then I show where we got to. This here was a blank piece of paper, of course, and I've been working on it for quite a while. It's a little different little different format than what I normally work with, though. If you were to check my earlier videos, you'll see that wow, something just happened to my screen. I can't see my camera. Wow, what happened? Technical difficulties, folks. See if I can put this thing back to where it's supposed to. There we go. Alright, so, but happy 4th of July, by the way, everybody. I don't have any fireworks, but my shirt looks like it's just exploding in celebration of 4th of July, which probably gonna make again another part of the abstract world that might soon be. This might be the last 4th of July celebration, or officially uh, celebrating America is offensive, I guess. All these people with all these problems with this country, why are they here? Why do they stay? As you know, we got nowhere else to go. That's any that's any better than what they got here. So I don't know what excuse they're gonna come up with, but anyways, I'm gonna get started on this. I probably won't work too long because I talk too much. Uh, now what did I do? Anyways, I'll get started here in a minute. I'm still having some technical difficulties here. It's kind of windy. My my canvas is flopping all over the place. But for everybody that's tuning in, I decided I got a couple uh, bare spots here, so I think I'm gonna focus on filling this area up here because it's or down here. It's looking like it needs something. It's too white, but aren't we all? I mean, it's black and white. Huh. I mean, that's my main media. That's all I work with is primarily. I mean, I mess around coloring in the photo editor. I go in with some of my drawings and I add some color just to see what it look like. But because they're so abstract, if the color isn't added with some thought, forethought, it begins to look like a stained glass window or something. That's not the effect that I want to convey. But this one, it's all black and white. And now I gotta make some of the white black. These bare spots, I gotta fill them in one way or another. Like I said, I got I can't say I'm a genius at it, but the effects that I got exposed to, the biomechanical style, that's something that for whatever reason, I find, kind of appealing in a way. And um, that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to perfect my biomechanical style. That's that's primarily the look I'm going for the most part. I got started with the gothic stuff. That's primarily, like I said, most of my art includes names or words, and the only font that I'm proficient at is that Old English Gothic style lettering, and hmm, and and when I first got started doing that, that's the kind of, I was filling those gaps with um, the old style um, decorative letters, designs around the letters like you might see in old, like the capital letter in a storybook usually has some vines or flowers or something like that surrounding it. And that's how I got started with this. Uh, I started with a felt tip calligraphy pen and an example of that style, that font style lettering that came in the package, and that's what I practiced on, and that kind of dominated my artistic world, was those letters and the designs around them. But the biomechanical thing, like I said, it seemed to take off. You see it on in tattoos, and and it's stuff that seems like it was inspired by sci-fi style movies. Like I said, biomechanical. That's what I'm into. So I was just touching up some of the stuff that was already there, and now I'm going to go back to the area that I wanted to focus on this time. This large area of uh, untouched page yet. So let's see if I can bring it into the area that I'm working on here, so you guys can see, maybe see a little better what I'm doing. Like I said, I gotta work on my video technique. I gotta remember to try to include you in it a little more. Let's see, this area man right in here. See if we can get it in a little tighter yet. Not too tight. Okay, so that pen is failing me. Let's see if the script will work for me. I've been using these pens. I think it's time to make a stop to the shop, get some more pens. Yeah, um, like I said, it's not the best videography, but this is just an area that I filled in. Again, abstract, one reason why a lot of my art is work because I'm not an artist. I can't draw anything. That's why it's abstract. I can't draw anything you recognize, really. Um, Sometimes I try to paint what's in my head. I try to put it on paper. It doesn't always work out. So I just kind of go with the flow. I guess that's why another reason why um, I took an interest in abstract art because of others that were good at it. And if I could inspire one person to give it a shot, whether I know I did or not, I would like to I would like to think that I did somewhere along the line with one of these videos, or even the people who've already seen my stuff, um, rather on my channel or in person. Um, like I said, my earlier videos had a lot of people's names on there. It was mainly people I worked with, whatever their name was, Rob, um, Nancy. I can go A to Z almost with all the ones that I did. Um, that was my comfort zone with it, though. I mean, that's what I did mostly, and that's what I was, I think, a little better at than trying to do a whole page. That's the art only, no lettering. Like I said, that is abstract to me as well. I mean, even on stuff that I look at, I try to mimic it in my work. You know, if I see something, rather it's in a, I gotta be honest, you know, a lot of people told me my work looks like, you know, most people see my work first thing they ask is, you do tattoos? But no, I don't. But I had so many people ask me that. I started looking at tattoo books and trying to draw some of the tattoos I've seen in them. I couldn't draw anything in there, but it really helped me in the way of trying to do shading, maybe even it does like what is I need to really practice on more three-dimensional drawing. I mean, every now and then by accident I get I, I see stuff in my work. I say, wow, that's got kind of looking 3D kind of in a way, but usually it's unintentional. It's just how, like I said, it's just how the ink flowed from a pen as I moved along, and that's why you get what you get. What I get, that's why I get what I get, because I'm just winging it, you know. And like I said, a lot of people like what I do, and then there's that terminology, you know, I'm my own worst critic, and I feel that a lot. I see my, where somebody's like, "Wow, that's great," and in my mind, I'm thinking, "Damn, I wish I had done better at it," you know. But I stepped away from it for a while because I just had so much other stuff going on between two jobs, and of course I'm guilty of video games. I got into that Grand Theft Auto game, and man, that's a never-ending game, and I found myself doing all that, and I've ignored my art. So I'm kind of refamiliarizing myself with it. Like I said, that's so I'm even more of a critic of my stuff, my own stuff now than I ever was because I had stepped away from it for quite some while. But as I go, like I said, I see things within my art, and I like, wow, I could do something with that. And sometimes I can, and sometimes I can't. That's like you kind of get a visual of what you want to do with it, but the technique isn't there, or something's wrong. But that's like right here. I can't. I can't always get the effect I'm looking for. You see other people do it, and like, it's frustrating when you can't get the effect that you're trying to get. Yeah, it's completely something I didn't want to do there, but I'll have to find a way to fix that. See, that's the one thing about these pens here. I don't know how dark. Try to get a much lighter effect, and it's coming out darker than I had intended. I just didn't find the right find enough tool. Hopefully, I can still doctor it up. That's why I say a lot of my work is so dark, is because I find myself trying to cover up, even though cover up mistakes, cover up something that just doesn't look right, and so now you're adding more ink than you intended initially. So this is like my third I believe my third or fourth uh, on the road videos. It's like I've been going with have pens will travel, because certainly not done from home. So, but like I said, this episode is going to be abstract art and an abstract world. People need to, I don't know, need to wake up. I almost feel, it's like I've seen this movie before, futuristic movies where they're burning books, with a Fahrenheit 413 or something like that. Um, Even a Twilight Zone episode where books were obsolete. The librarian was to be put to death because he was obsolete. You don't need a librarian. But there's no libraries because there's no books. Is that what's going to happen? You're not going to be able to see this, read this book, see that movie, and the people um, that it's not affecting now, and they're just watching it go by. At some point, it's going to affect them personally. Some point down the road, what people are seeing, doing, reading, thinking at this very moment, uh, and if things stay on this track, say 6 months from now, those people who aren't affected by it now, will they be affected by it then, later on? I'd like to see the country come back to what I recognize. But as I said, as my art is quite abstract, so is this planet at this moment in time. July 4th, 2020. Goodbye, everybody.